It's good to be back out here in full pads, a typical competition Tuesday for us. So we're really getting in a flow of an actual game week, and where we're light on Monday, heavy on Tuesday, situational Wednesday and Thursday, wrap up Friday, and then perform on Saturday. That'll be our work week. And it was good to also get out here and work some situations that we're going to need in the first couple games. You saw defensively us focus on some of the 22 personnel packages that we'll see in the first 3 games with 2 tights, a fullback, and some of the power run game, and being able to fit those up. We also, typically don't get to see 3-4 fronts from our defense, so we really worked the odd front structure today and got some quality looks from our defense in that. So overall, a good day. It was good from a health standpoint to come out and get Biani back and get him some work. He got to get through team run today, really made it through without any injury or any soreness, which was good. It was good to get Matt Lopes back into some action today to provide depth at the safety position. And then the only guy we really pulled was Deontay today, has a couple sore ankles and just wanted to take some reps off of him. So with that, I'll answer any questions that you have.
At the end of practice, a little discipline refreshing?
Yeah, typical of any team. At some point in time, you have some team discipline, and that was that time, so I'll leave it at that.
Was there anything in particular that
just
inspired that?
In-house team discipline.
Are you of the mindset that if this team can run the ball, this offense is going to be really hard to stop? I mean, if you run the ball successfully, is it going to be difficult?
Yeah, no question. My biggest fear always is you have a really special quarterback, and as you can tell, doesn't matter what level. At some point in time, a quarterback's going to have an off day. It happens in the NFL, happens in the college game, and if you don't have a running game that can take the pressure off him, it makes for a hard day, and you can look up and lose a game that maybe you should have won. As we got towards the end of the season last year, and I think our team feels it, to go out there and we were really rushing the ball for 200 yards a game and being able to throw the ball for 300 yards a game. It was such a balanced attack, and it really helped Sam get some very advantageous looks, some man coverages, some loaded boxes where it created one-on-one situations. If you're dropping 8 all day and you can't run the ball, it makes for a long day for a quarterback.
One of the things Sam did well last year was he was always pretty accurate when facing pressure. A lot of the analytics sites point that they were the highest completion percentages against pressure. Why do you think that was?
Well, I think he has that one knack of being able to keep his eyes downfield. There's a lot of quarterbacks, once you get hit a couple times, what do? Their eyes go to the rush. He has a knack for able to feel pressure, whether it's stepping up in the pocket, breaking, contain, but he does a terrific job of keeping his eyes down the field for receivers. He's not looking to run. He has, and he uses that as a weapon, but the majority of the time, probably 80% or more of the time, he's throwing the ball once he creates. I said the other day, I tease Coach Callaway all the time. In that Rose Bowl, we had 0 sacks, but probably could have been sacked 12 times. I mean, he just got out of pressure situations and made really special plays, and that's one of the things that makes him special.
Do you think that helps with a new offensive line? You're bringing in new starters. Does that give you some?
Yeah, no question. At the end of the day, at the quarterback position, it's your responsibility to avoid rush and get the ball off on time. And it's that getting it out on time is critical. Not only to allow a receiver get yards after catch, but also not to be in there holding the ball and patting it for 5 seconds. Being able to take the pressure off a young offensive line.
Are you pleased? He's throwing a 35, 40-yard pass. It's more comfortable throwing it, and you guys are doing it more. How's that looking to you?
Yeah, one of the things that we've noticed with our wideout core, we have tremendous speed at the position right now, and guys that are really deep ball threats have good length as well as speed. So we've really focused on being able to run the ball, and then when those guys come up, throw it over their head. That's been our MO, and we visited on that the other day in our team meeting. And those guys are going to have to make those plays like that you saw Tyler making the scrimmage the other day, like Velas you saw today make a huge play for us on a deep ball situation. That's got to be the nature of the game. If Rojo and those running backs can run and get us in some man situations, then we got to be able to hurt defenses throw it at you.
Sam seemed much more locked in once you guys went to full contact? Like I think that was his best practice, was the first one. Did you have to, like, was he not fully, like, is there something that's missing when it's like not a real situation?
No, I tell you, some guys, when the lights come on and it's time to perform, and you see their demeanor, just the light switch comes on, and it's one of those things that I told him, you know, coming into camp, you're going through your third training camp. It's the same install that you've had before. Don't get bored. You know, reinforce what you know. And you know, after the first couple of practices, he's really settled in and he's protected the ball. I think he's gone 4 practices in a row without giving it to anybody, and really getting the ball out on time and extremely accurate. He's right at 70% for the entire camp right now. So he's really coming into his own, and that's what it should be. I mean, we're sitting here, we're getting ready to hit the 9th practice, and that's what you would expect from him.
Do you think he was bored, or when it's the first couple practices and it's not full?
You know, I've had Matt Barkley, I've had Cody Kessler that have, you know, you've been in the system for so long, and those early practices, I've heard the same terminology over and over and over again. But there's something about those guys when it's time to perform. They turn it on, and his discipline went up. I thought about practice 4, about really honing in and saying, okay, hey, I've got to take 1 rep at a time. I really mentally have to focus, even though I've done this before in 2 other camps. I need to hone in and be a great example for the other players, and he took that challenge, I think, has really run with it.
Would a guy like Sam benefit more if colleges could play an exhibition game like the NFL?
That's kind of what we're doing right now. You know, if you look at our format, we're trying to treat it kind of like the NFL preseason right now. So you're getting a game week situation now. We'll perform on Saturday. We'll do the same thing next week, and then a mock game week. And then so we're acting like we have 3 preseason games coming up these next 3 weeks, and hopefully get our kids in routine.
Using that follow-up, so your plan would be to scrimmage maybe twice?
Yeah, so we're going to end up scrimmaging this Saturday and next Saturday, kind of like we did last Saturday. You know, try to get anywhere from, you know, 50 to 60 plays, get some tackling, and then when we go into that mock game, really it'll be more situational and staying up. But we hope, you know, we're going to get, if we stay healthy and everything goes to plan, we'll get 2 really good more scrimmages on Saturday.
Do one more. Clay, how have you seen Kenny Bigelow progress, and what are you kind of your expectations for him this year?
Yeah, you know, I'm just hoping he gets better every day, both physically, mentally, and in the playbook. You know, he's one of those guys. I love him to death because of, you know, you have 2 knee injuries as a big man. That's a hard thing, especially at that position. And you can see how hard he's trying to get the rust off one, to get back in the playbook and be able to learn it and get those valuable reps. And he's getting better with each and every practice. I hope that he gets to a position where he can be a contributor for us right now. He's at a position right now. There's several talented guys, you know, with Marlon, with Brandon Peely, you know, Josh being there too. So that's a really, really good stable of nose tackles right there he's competing with. We'll see where it's at in about 3 weeks. Okay. Alrighty, guys. Thank you.